activities. Today with us, we have Mike Steiner. He's the owner of Soccer Shots Boise to talk about the importance of sports for children, especially as we head back into the classroom, right? We've got to get those kids moving and we got to get them, bonding and creating those social circles. So first, though, tell us a little bit about your organization and the mission behind it.
Well, thanks so much for having us today.
Yes.
So we are an engaging children's soccer program with a focus in character development.
Okay.
So we work with ages 2 to 8. We go to child care centers, preschools, elementary schools, and public parks. So we try to service all of those different areas and throughout Boise and the Treasure Valley area.
Great. Okay, so 2 to 8.
Yep.
So that's pretty young.
Yes.
Why the focus on such a young age?
Yeah, I think what's really important is, especially for the little ones, to get outside, get moving, and it's also a way for them to engage with others in the community, not only from a family perspective, but also individually with kids. And so our goal is that this is the best 30 to 45 minutes of each child's week.
I love that. Okay, and especially as kids are trying to start to focus in the classroom. Some children, they do well in kind of a classroom setting. Others, though, they really need to have that physical outlet, which they might get a little bit during playground time, but let's face it, sometimes it's just not enough for certain kids, right? So to have this this resource, if you will, this outlet, I think is really beneficial, not only physically, but also sometimes that can allow kids that chance to get that energy out and then learn to focus a little bit during the school day. Would you say that you've kind of noticed that from some feedback from parents?
Yeah, I think so. In our we have specific curriculum for 2s, for 3 to 5, and for 6 to 8. So the goal is that each kind of curriculum is focusing on what that age needs. So from gross motor skills to emotional development to physical development. So it hits all those different areas. And yes, our goal is that at the end of our soccer session, whether it's at a child care center or at a park, that child's going to go home a little more exhausted for the parents.
Yes, yeah.
So.
And I like that too, that you're talking about those milestones that each child needs to hit within certain age groups. I know really important. You had mentioned, kind of that social, kind of emotional communication development, which I think a lot of parents stop and go, oh, sport's obvious, it's going to be this physical development. But there really is so much when it comes especially to a team sport, right?
Yeah, I think especially with our coaches, the way that we train them and they're on staff with us, and we want them to engage with each child personally. So even if they're going to score a goal, all of our coaches are supposed to call the child by name. So when the child hears their name, that's a really big deal.
Yes.
And really, really special to have that positive encouragement and just to have fun in a healthy but also competitive environment. So, those are really important.
Losing's okay.
Right.
You don't always have to be a winner, right? And then having that sportsmanship and being able to accept the fact that, oh, you know what? Well, today wasn't my best day, but that's okay because we all have days like that.
Yeah.
But then knowing that it's okay to celebrate when you actually do achieve something.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so important. And those are sometimes those skills that are kind of hard for some kids to come by, right?
Yeah.
But you can actually obtain when you do a sport like this.
Yes. Yeah, again, it's just, for us, it's so important that, again, during that 30 minutes that, there are kids that can have a hard time sometime, and our coaches, we train them so that they are encouraging and also challenging because, especially with 3 to 5, that can be a wide age gap.
Yes.
And so they're trained to work with different ages and skill levels and, again, play to that, the kids who are maybe on some of the outliers as well.
Yeah, no, I like that. And also that chance to build some community too. It must be really fulfilling for you though, to be a part of a program like this.
Yeah, I think the special thing as an owner is not only the chance to impact kids and the community through what we do and how we do it, but then also the staff, and that's really special. Soccer Shots for me, I worked for the one in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they had a huge impact on my life, my wife's life, and so it's really special now to be an owner and to be able to do the same with my staff, and in turn, again, do that through the community as well. So it's really special.
If parents are watching right now, because we're all getting ready to go back to school, some have possibly already done that. What do they do though to see if this is something that might fit for them?
Yeah, so they might get a flyer at their school if we're in their school, but if we're not, there's public programs. They can go to soccershots.com/Boise, and that'll give them all the information. All the enrollment will be done right through there.
Great, and is this a year-long program? Do you do this seasonally?
So we do have, it is seasonally, but we have stuff all throughout the year.
Okay, great. So if they
any,
miss the boat for right now, plan ahead because there might be an opportunity down the road.
Yeah, and our enrollment never closes, which is one thing that's a little unique. So they can jump in in at any point. So we try to make it as easy as possible for parents and
I
everyone.
just heard a bunch of parents sign because we all know that that's the biggest challenge with some of these activities is that the minute you hear about it, you're like, it's already full or it's too late. So that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Really
thank you for having
appreciate it.
us.
And hopefully we've helped some people out today,
Yeah.
right? Okay.